when you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment. These fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Charlottesville, home of the Virginia Cavaliers. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the Virginia Cavaliers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Noles will kick it away to start us off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cavaliers offense has the ball first today. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won, and last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. When you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard.
There he goes. Oh, what a cut. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48. And the Cavaliers have it with a 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on 1st down. Now back to the line. He'll keep it himself. Turning it on. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The Cavaliers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Dropping back, it's Morris. Takes the easy one to the back. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. And the Cavaliers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to fire. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. The Cavaliers will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. So Florida State's offense will get the ball for the first time. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Couldn't find a lane, a pickup of 1 to the 31. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. And those games late in the season are the ones that really...
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And I'm really impressed with the start by this defense, like getting to the quarterback early and often. First drive, already have 2 sacks. That's a good sign for this defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Cavaliers will bring the punt team onto the field. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. They'll move the tight end. From the shotgun down, here's an inside give. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
The give from the gun. Showing off the arms. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. The Cavaliers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And the Cavaliers line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28.
Delay of game. Offense.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. Back to throw, it's Castellanos. He's going to take off. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15. The Noles have had outstanding quarterbacks over the years. Not always dual threats. Sometimes a little more Danny Cannell-ish, but using his feet well there.
And even Chris Winkie. And guys that maybe they weren't runners, but, man, they made those athletes around them really come to life and were a force multiplier, made everybody around them better. And you found a lot of those guys with these Florida State offenses.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to fire on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Pittman. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB reason. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. The give is to Williams. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. It's Castellanos. He'll pull it down and run. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
The Seminoles come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. They bring the punter onto the field now. He'll go back to work and punt it away for the 2nd time. And they'll just down it right there.
That's a great job downing the football, setting your defense up, great field position. A lot of times you let that thing bounce one too many times and it climbs in the end zone, but that was a good job of making sure you downed it and set your D up.
Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
And it wasn't lack of effort by the running back. He was trying. You could tell he fought one guy off, but another guy in his face right away, but just trying to do something. The offensive line needs to do a better job keeping some guys off his guy. Come on, man. Take care of your running back.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed behind the line. It's Thomas. Cavaliers need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on 3rd down. Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You wonder about that play call on 3rd and long, maybe just trying to get themselves a little bit more real estate, but it didn't fool the defense. They create another negative play now deep in the opponent's territory. The defense has just been dominant on this drive.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Right down the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. Here comes the heat. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Well, that's their third sack of the game, and we knew statistically coming into this game, this was one of the top 25 units in the nation getting after the quarterback. I just love how athletic they are up front, and they are giving this offensive line headaches and nightmares up to this point of the game.
Quickly out to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Here's the pressure. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. And the Cavaliers will line up to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Punt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air, it's Castellanos. Pulls it in, it's Williams. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Quickly complete. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Bully ball on third and short. To running room. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. The Seminoles will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. To the air on second down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. He's got it at the 20. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. The Noles had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, you got to get the football offense. Very lucky to get that football back.
They had this drive going, but they face a 2nd and 15. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. First play of this drive comes from the 5-yard line. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Second down, they'll go to the air. Unleashes one. Oh, he drops it right down the middle of the field, and he couldn't make the play. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He'll do it himself. He did not make it. A stone wall on 3rd down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Cavaliers will call on their punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on first down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. Offense changing the play. To throw, it's Castellanos. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
And the Seminoles are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Fights off a defender. They stop him well short of the marker. It's 4th down from the 27. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going, down 3-0. Running back searching for a hole. Plows through the defense. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. To the air on first down. Got a man, it's Thomas. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to scramble. Oh, he's got some space. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Cavaliers will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They go to work in the 3rd quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs.
He's loose. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. It's almost incomprehensible to think the Noles failed to break 17 points 10 times a season ago. That's a year after being prolific, Jesse. So what are the keys to regaining some form?
No, Reese, I think it's the quarterback position. I think this team was spoiled in a lot of ways when they had Jordan Travis. And they obviously had so much NFL talent surrounding him, but they had a leader. They had a guy that everybody could look at when times got tough and believe in. Someone has got to be able to establish themselves at the quarterback position for this team to get back to its winning ways.
Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And the defense doing its job again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground, forcing a 3rd down situation, likely to be a pass. Both defenses have played a really good football game so far.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. And the Seminoles decide to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll call for the fair catch and make it at the 14, and they'll be backed up to start this drive. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
And the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing, get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Cavaliers send out the punt unit. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6 times tonight. He'll field the punt and look for room. Can they catch him? Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. This offense has it with really good field position. Unloads quickly. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I really like this slot receiver because of his shiftiness, and you see that on his route running. Really, really nice job creating separation for his QB.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful, and you're making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the running the football, no matter what the outcome is, because those body blows do add up.
The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Running it to the right. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back.
Touchdown, Florida State. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Harrison. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect plan just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. And the Cavaliers will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll return it from around the 50. He's going to get loose. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Quarterback on the keeper. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Off the play fake. He's got his man. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. You look like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Looking for a push on fourth down. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. And the D deny them on second and goal. Trying to pound it in. He is going nowhere, and this defense is manhandling this running game on the last couple of snaps. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On third and goal, they'll throw it. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. Fourth and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
And for the second time tonight, they'll try out the field goal kicker. No good. Guys, a double-digit lead is good, but more would have been better. This should be the last play of the quarter. From the gun, the running back has it. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. Dragged down at the 30 after a 5-yard gain.
And his offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football.
Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch of these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done.
And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Give to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Catch in the middle. It's Robinson. Turning on the Jets. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Will they be able to get that one more yard and stick it in here on 3rd down? Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Ennis. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Well, not a lot the defense could do on that play. They got a curl route, and they're playing zone coverage. Everybody got dropped to their spots correctly, but there was just way too much velocity on that throw. They didn't have a chance to break that one.
The Cavaliers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He'll pull it on the read. That play just got wrecked. 3rd and 1, and they went backwards. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs. Great place to start for this offense. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Noles are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and 4 effort. Keeps it on the draw. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs. So it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going. But moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
So now on comes the field goal unit. He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. Fielded in the end zone, it's Harrison. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Seminoles. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick 6.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David.
Oh, a lot of space.
Listen, I'm not one for moral victories, and obviously they're trailing by a lot of points late in this game, and they are going to lose, but it is a good sign if you're the head coach of this team that you're seeing your guys out there still competing and still fighting.
There he goes! Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
Well, it's a good time to mix in the run play. You're down, it's late in the 4th quarter right now, and everyone's expecting you to throw, so not a lot of defenders in the box. So that's a great situation to try to run the ball.
They'll go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the 4th quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's...
He hurls one deep down the left side. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
They bring him down. Strong effort by the coverage team, and that's how they'll put a period on this one. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability